Members of the Cannabis Commission, together with the Cannabis Movement and the Iyanola Council for the Advancement of Rastafari, recently met with the Mayor of Castries, Peterson Francis, in a bid to advocate for the decriminalization and legalization of marijuana. The group sought to make a compelling case for cannabis law reform to the local government official who vehemently opposed the end of prohibition. It appears that the sales pitch was convincing, as the mayor, who only 1 week ago expressed reservations about a commercially regulated sector, has had a change of heart. President of Icar, Alexander, expressed delight in the new position taken by the mayor.
If a man cannot change his mind, he cannot change anything. And I say hats off to the mayor. This mayor, from the time he's been appointed, I've not had much disagreements with him. As a matter of fact, I've agreed with him on a lot of things. When he moved the vendors from around the Ave Maria school, I think that was a good thing. This whole thing about urinating in public and so on, clamping down on those things. So the mayor is doing certain things that I certainly agree with him. One point of contention was the cannabis issue. I totally disagreed with him when he was against legalization or decriminalization. But now his office has reached out, engaged the cannabis movement, engaged the Iyanola Council for the Advancement of Rastafari, and we had a very fruitful meeting with him. I wasn't present at the meeting, but I got a full report. And the members who represented the council, Brother Levi, Paul Francis, he was there representing the council, and they did a great job in laying all the facts before the mayor, because sometimes people don't have all the information before them, and they could probably just be going on what they've heard before and probably the ways that they felt about an issue before they try to cling on to that.
Meanwhile, Alexander did not mince words in sending a warning to the current administration on the issue of cannabis legalization and, moreover, the use of the herb by the Rastafarian faith as a sacrament.
Minister Bradley Felix, and as I've said in different forums, I have confidence in his leadership and his stewardship, so I'm hoping that something positive will come out this time. But we as a Rastafari community, we are prepared to take other measures, and this is the 4th chance of this government, to actually make good on their campaign promises, all on the platform talking about cannabis legalization or decriminalization, and Mr. Herman Gill Francis was the point man during all the campaign of 2016. So the Labour Party had Emma Hippolyte talking about it as well. So if we give them another chance, they would do it. But the Labour Party time has expired as far as this issue is concerned. We have no faith in the Labour Party as far as legalizing cannabis. The United Workers' Party, they're on the last strings right now. And if not, we will see them in court, because we are tired of this thing. Our constitutional rights have been violated. Our human rights, our religious rights have been violated for far too long. So, after 40, 50 years of advocacy, we are basically out of patience with this issue, and if it's the courts we have to resort to, so be it.
The final report of the Cannabis Commission on the feasibility of a commercially regulated regime for the herb was due at the end of December 2019. Cabinet, based on the recommendations of the advisory body, has promised to take a firm decision on the issue. Alexander wants to know what's the holdup.
After they've given their report, they're expected to report maybe sometime at the end of this month. So we're expecting in a couple months' time to hear some decisive decisions coming out of this government. And if not, so be it. We're going to take this thing to the courts, because we have run out of patience. And I think the public opinion is on our side, whereby they know the Rastafari community have been very patient for 40, 50 years. How much more can you ask of us? How much more can you ask of us? For goodness sake, man.
The government of the Bahamas last week tabled a bill in Parliament based on 24 recommendations from a commission which advises that medical marijuana be accessible to tourists and the records of Bahamians convicted of possession of small amounts be expunged. Marijuana is big business in some U.S. states. According to cannabis publication Leafly.com's latest Cannabis Jobs Report, the legal cannabis industry supports more than 240,000 full-time American jobs as of 2019. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.